What's that? Hair? Hair? Oh, bear! Back in 1985, a drug smuggler was trafficking cocaine across the United States, when during a run he had to dump his cargo over the forests of Georgia because of it being too heavy for the plane. A bear happened upon one of the containers and of course consumed 75 pounds worth of the stuff. And sadly, of course, the bear did die of an overdose. However, that's not what happened here in this film. Cocaine Bear. It's essentially a what-if scenario where the bear didn't die, and instead went on a rampage and killed people. The fact that a film like this was even made by a multi-billion-dollar studio at all is insane to me. What's more insane, however, is how surprisingly well a ridiculous concept like this works for an hour-and-a-half long movie. I went into this film with the same mindset as I do with disaster films and kaiju films. The only thing I care about is for the destruction and action. With this movie, I wanted to see a bear do cocaine and kill people. And in that respect, I got what I wanted and felt satisfied with the result. Overall, I had a good time with Cocaine Bear. It was funny, it was gory, and it was what I wanted to see in a film called Cocaine Bear. However, at the same time, I do feel as though it was trying to be a little more than it really needed to be, and there were some things that took away from the overall experience, but I'll elaborate on that later. I want to get the stuff I liked out of the way right now. Firstly, I thought everyone did a good job here. All the actors gave solid performances with no one feeling like they weren't doing that good. Hell, even the child actors were alright, and had a scene or two that I found kinda funny. As ridiculous as the whole concept for this film is, the whole thing is played straight. Every character is treating the whole situation as if it were actually happening, and that works well with the dark comedy the film goes for here. And that also was pretty good. I don't think every single joke landed here, but when a good one did, it got a few chuckles out of me and made me smile. I mean, I can appreciate dark humor. And though the film does have that here, I kinda wish they went a little bit more with it. Like, I feel as though the movie didn't really go all the way in pushing the comedy, like doing more absurdist things, which for a movie about a bear doing cocaine was a little disappointing, but it wasn't too bad. But what wasn't disappointing, however, was the bear itself. That thing was an absolute menace. The shit this bear does is crazy. The kills this thing racks up are great to watch, there's a good amount of gore overall, and watching the pure insanity of a situation escalate this much is so much fun. With how the whole thing feels just the right amount of goofiness that makes almost every part of it insanely fun to watch. However, it does take a while for the film to get into the nitty-gritty of the Cocaine Bear rampage. It starts pretty damn slow, and I would be okay with this as long as the setup, for the most part, was interesting, or at least fun to watch, maybe employing some of the absurdist humor into it that's scattered throughout the film. But none of it was really funny, and it was more boring than anything else. The characters that we have to follow at first are pretty boring to watch before everything goes off the rails. And really, this whole film is a crazy what-if scenario. I'm surprised there wasn't more of an effort to make some of these characters stand out more. Because besides two people, everyone else was just kind of whatever. I didn't really like them or dislike anyone here. But similar to my Godzilla comparison from earlier, there's just way too much time spent on humans here, and the boring drama they're going through. In Cocaine Bear, we have to follow around quite a few groups of people, with them all having their own subplots. The film has about 10 different characters, and they all have extended screen time and just aren't really that amazing to watch for some of it. I only found the stuff involving the drug dealers to actually be interesting and entertaining. O'Shea Jackson Jr. and Alden Ehrenreich had good chemistry, and I liked their interactions with each other. They made me chuckle quite a few times. I liked them. But unfortunately, everyone else didn't deliver on that front. With other characters just being fine and serviceable, there's just a little too much time they spent on them at points where we didn't see anything crazy going on, which in a film titled Cocaine Bear is a little jarring and kinda disappointing. I mean, luckily the characters most people would find annoying get killed off during the film, so there is some messed up satisfaction there. But again, I'm surprised that for as crazy as a concept as this whole film is, they really didn't try and make the characters at least somewhat crazy too. The film tries to have its cake and eat it too, by wanting you to actually get invested in the characters and feel bad when some of them die, but then it also wants to be a total insane, goofy gore fest which kills any tension that was there. The whole movie is at odds with itself, but I will say that at the very least, the gore here was pretty damn great. I mean, the ambulance scene alone was so damn good. And as I started writing this review, I was pretty positive about the film, but now I'm not as much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still think this is a fun film. The gore was great, the suspense was alright, and it could be pretty humorous. But I think the fact that this movie was trying to be both a movie about a bear doing cocaine and have some kind of family message at the end was a little ridiculous and took away from the stuff I actually wanted to see in the film, the goddamn bear. So with all that out of the way, would I recommend a viewing of Cocaine Bear? Yes. If what I said sounded good, then check this out in theaters. For everyone else that's a little more iffy about it, then maybe you should wait till it goes on to streaming services or something, or just get really drunk before you see it. Anyways, Cocaine Bear. Fucking Cocaine Bear. Cocaine Bear for me personally gets a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I can't really decide on either one, but it's one of those.